All right. Good morning.
Well, it might be handy if I had that. Something didn't feel right there. Good morning, guys. What is going on? Happy Monday. Welcome to the Live 365. Boom, boom. Coffee's hot. Overcast skies here in Benedicta, Maine. Good morning, Dan Bennett. First in. Right behind him, we got Shane Todd. Yeah. Dan Bennett. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Coach, says Matt Moore. Jameson Griffin, how are you? You guys coming in hot this morning. Good to see it. Love to see it. How was the weekend? Yeah, we burned a little brush yesterday. Actually, we organized the shed. I like a good shed organization project. Clean it right out. Got that thing. As my dad jumps on here, we do that to our place now and then. It always seems like it just multiplies though. Stuff in a shed, right? It just you close the door and it reproduces. And then the floor disappears. Dave went kicking and screaming, though. I said, listen, he's like, I'll just put this over there for now. I said, no, we're going to put it outside. Then we're going to figure out where it grows, where it goes. So then we hung a bunch of stuff up, made some crafty hangers, things, got his fishing rods hung up, get the things overhead, all the paddles, everything. So put some organization to that thing. I think it's only like 12 feet long, so you got to make the most of it. So, good morning, squad, says Tyler Kirk. How you doing, buddy? Matthew Padron. David Howard is here. Justin Kohler. Did you guys ever get home? I just saw your post, your mom's post. 10 hours in the Orlando airport. That doesn't sound like a good time. And I was whining about 3 hours at O'Hare the other day. Well, not really whining, but, it can always be worse, as you can see. So, yeah. Busy week lined up this week. Good morning, Jess Novak. How are you? Yeah, got a bunch of stuff going on. So I'm handling the DSA call today on the Rosenberg Daily Sales Accelerator group. So make sure if you are part of our program, you tune in. So renting a car to drive 13 hours home today. Ooh, yeah. Oh, well, you know what? You'll get there. So you don't have to worry about getting into that air traffic system. Once you check your bags, you lose control, right? It's like you're now part of the system. So just go stand over there. Michelangelo, good to see you on Instagram. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, we drove to Texas just in December out to the Houston area. Just got tired of flying that last year and decided, well, we'll drive it. So it was good. I wouldn't do it again anytime soon, but it was good to do it once. Yeah. Justin, we'll get Steve on the phone. Yeah, I don't know. Are you flying United? Can help you with that. And so, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of stroke he's got with the the schedule. I think he's at the whim of the system as we are. Right. Good morning, Cassie. How are you? Snow day today. Yeah, I saw in Wisconsin. You guys are getting whacked. Craziness. Yeah. I don't know. We're in that mode where we might get a little bit of, I don't think it's going to stick for too long. And we're getting geared up for a trip to Utah at the end of the month for Stonewater Training's leadership course. So Wendy and I are going out there. We're going to do some hiking and rappelling into some slot canyons, orienteering, and then some paddling as well. So looking forward to seeing Phil Kornichuk and his team and being part of that. So it's going to be cool. So after that, no travel for a little bit. So we'll be hanging out. Went and saw the house with our broker on Saturday. So that went well. Check that out. And yeah, got to, you know how you kind of look at something once, but then you got to go back and kind of, okay, just take it all in, spend an hour. So we did that trip. So we'll see what happens this week on that. We'll get some things in motion. So, but in the meantime, we're grateful to be able to be here at Dave's place and hanging out. And we had 4 dogs here this weekend. His are fine. Ours are like bougie little neurotic things. Tuck likes it how he likes it. And Stella's like, what's going on? What's going on? What I miss? all the time. Good morning, Mike Nunez from Nunez Vineyard Management. Yeah, good to see all you guys. Well, 8:05, rocking and rolling, ready to go this morning. I decided I was going to start a new 10-day series today, and I like to start stuff on a Monday. It just seems better that way, right? We touched on momentum. I don't know, sometime in the last several days, so I thought I would go a little deeper on that and talk about the law of first motion. You can call it the first law of motion, whatever you want. Today I'm calling it the law of first motion. Okay. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in the universe, right? An object in motion tends to stay in motion. Good morning, Dave Davis from Denver in the last week of his 75 hard, right? Good job, man. Proud of you. Yeah, in physics, an object at rest tends to stay at rest, and an object in motion tends to stay in motion, right? It's not just a physics principle, it's a life principle, okay? Most people think the hardest part of success is finishing. It's not. It really isn't. The hardest part is starting and getting going. And once you're moving, momentum starts to work for you, okay? But when you're sitting still, that fear and doubt and overthinking, they start to creep in, right? So today I want to talk about the law of first motion, okay? Law of first motion says momentum begins the moment action begins. Yeah, getting up and moving, right? You don't need clarity before you move. You gain clarity because you move. I don't know who said it or where I saw it, but I'll butcher it, I'm sure. But most leaders get about 70% of the information they need to make a decision, and then they move. Then they go, and they figure out the rest. Okay. But yeah, getting started. This is where a lot of people get stuck. Okay, they think they need the perfect plan. They need more confidence. The stars need to just be aligned, right? They need more information. It's not the right time. Going to have the right time. Okay, but the momentum only appears after motion begins. Simple as that. Okay, so it doesn't just fall out of the sky and fall down in your lap, and now you have momentum. Okay. I like James Clear, Atomic Habits. A lot of good quotes in that book. And he says, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Okay. The system that creates momentum is simple: action, feedback, adjustment, repeat. Action, feedback, adjustment, repeat. Okay. Big Tony Robbins fan too. He said the path to success is to take massive, determined action. Not perfect action, just action. Go make something happen, right? I mean, a lot of you guys are contractors in that space, whether it's building ponds or building houses or additions or remodeling things or wiring and plumbing and all that. Let's say you've got a contractor who wants to grow their business. They say they want to raise prices, hire help. I want to improve marketing, build systems, all the things, right? But this person spends months thinking instead of acting. Months. Then one day, he or she simply does one thing, just raises his price on the next estimate. Just raise price on the next estimate. That single action creates motion. Now he has feedback, new data, new confidence. And guess what else? Momentum. Okay. Momentum starts. Okay. So how do you apply this first law of motion? How do you get going with it? Right. One of the ways to do that is to just lower the starting barrier. Okay. Most people set the bar too high. I'm going to transform my business. Instead of saying, I'm going to transform my business, maybe you start with, I'm going to make one improvement daily, starting today. Just one thing today. You guys have heard me say that before. What day is it? 445. Congratulations, Ben. I hope you're getting some sleep. Yeah, one improvement daily. Small actions create momentum faster than big plans. So create momentum. The second one is commit to public ownership. This one gets me, right? This is why my live 365 challenge works, right? Because I owned it publicly. And once you commit publicly, the starting line disappears. You got to go, right? Public commitment creates accountability, right? And Mel Robbins says confidence comes from keeping promises to yourself. Okay. Wendy's a big Mel Robbins fan. I haven't read the book, Let Them, but I probably should. How about the 10-minute rule? Like if something feels overwhelming, I've used this oftentimes for workouts. I don't want to do it today. Do it for 10 minutes. Tell yourself you'll do it for 10 minutes. You know, oftentimes that's enough to break that inertia, the negative stuff going the other way, right? Once that forward motion starts, energy follows. You're like, all right, I'm good. I'm into this now. Now I'm committed. Walk 10 minutes from your house. It's going to be a 20-minute walk because you got to get back, right? How about taking some imperfect action? Let's take some imperfect action, okay? Speed of implementation is the ultimate advantage, says Dan Martell. I know you like me coming at you with the quotes today, guys. Yeah, Dan Martell, and Buy Back Your Time, I think it was. Speed of implementation is the ultimate advantage, right? The fastest learners win because they move, okay? Because they move. Thanks, Jess. Appreciate it. Yeah, I probably should. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that comment, Ben. Thank you. And I hope you are getting some sleep. You said you woke up, so I know you got a little bit of sleep. Yeah, the fastest learners win because they're moving, they're doing something. They're not trying to wait till it's perfect. Okay. So where in your life are you stuck in that planning phase versus moving? Okay. Where are you just kind of, well, you know, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and another week goes by and you don't do the thing. You don't start the side hustle. You don't add the additional line of business. You don't say, well, I'm going to job cost that next project if it kills me. Or I'm going to do profit first, or I'm going to, whatever it is. Fail faster. Yeah. Fail faster, fail forward. Okay. And I'll ask you again, what's one action you could take today to create motion? Not next week. Not, well, I got a lot going on. Not next month. Today. Yeah. Momentum doesn't begin with clarity, guys. It begins with movement. Just moving, just doing something. The moment you stop moving, everything changes. Ideas improve, confidence grows, your perspective grows. Things look different from a different angle. Opportunities appear. So today, stop waiting for the perfect moment and just create motion. Take some action. Monday's a great day for that. The faster you fail, the faster you learn the lesson, recover, and make the next right decision. Yeah, that's right, Ben. Okay. If this message hit you today or resonated with you in some way, type motion in the comments. There you go. Now I'm telling you what to do. You can still put your duck or your fist or your foot in there, but type the word motion if you're listening. Anybody out there got a pulse? Listen, what's going on? If it landed with you, pop something in there. Talk to me. Yeah, share it with your team. If you know someone that's stuck in planning mode, you know, you've seen them start or half start, send them this, okay? Share it with them. Because sometimes the most important, powerful thing you can do is just to simply start moving. Dave Davis, it's easier to steer a moving car than a parked car. Yeah, right. Yeah. It's easier to correct something that's in motion than it is to get something going. Hey, Wendy. Hey. Yeah. So there you go, guys. Talking about momentum. We're gonna dig into this on a deeper level this week. Yeah, you guys need some motion, Elizabeth Greer. I gotta come down there and get you guys, or what's going on? I gotta send in a team. It's all fun and games till you try to get home. All right. Ben says, my office manager is getting tossed into the thick of handling calls and customer communications today. Made me realize with a lot of clarity how little I had prepared in this area of my business and how much was lacking. It's easier to take the lazy way out when it's just you. Yeah, sure. Adding people makes me realize all the stuff that's broken. It sure does, because if you try to explain a process to someone and it's all jacked up, you're like, normally I do this because that, and then you just got to take a step back and map that out. Yeah. An object in motion, says Elizabeth. Yeah. Mike Matheson, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Sorry for the long response. It's what we do in Saskatchewan. He's out there in Saskatchewan, Kansas, I think. The great mysterious location of Ben Bryant. It's funny after 445 days, how many little inside jokes or nuances or funny things that come up that if we all got together in the same room, we'd all know what everybody was talking about. But a new person would go, huh? Why doesn't Ben know where Ben lives? Good morning, Bill Hillstrom. Speaking of Texas, we weren't really speaking of Texas, but anyway, hope you guys are having good weather. It's slowly improving here in Maine, but yeah, I mean the lakes are still iced up and snowed over, and it's just that time where it's everything's melting and kind of brown. Call it mud season up here in northern Maine. So yeah, we got a bunch to do this week and have a productive week and get ready, because at the end of next week we'll be going back downstate and getting ready to jump out to Utah for a few days. That's going to be fun, flying into Salt Lake City. I haven't flown into Salt Lake City since I was with Mike Matheson doing our first marathon in 2004. We went out to run the Midnight Sun Mayor's Midnight Sun Marathon. Raining down there. Wow. Flew in and out of Salt Lake City on our way to Anchorage, and that was our first marathon. That was the one where I ended up flat on my back on Main Street in Alaska. Because I thought running 7:30s was a pretty good idea when we trained to run 8:30s. Like, damn, Mike, this feels good. And then at mile 18, I looked up and Mike was laughing at me. I said, give me some salt or something. So I limped to the last, 6 or 8 miles. Well, we made it and we learned. So I was like, what are these gel things you're supposed to eat? Oh, you're supposed to take in calories? Yeah, Ben, we found a place that checks pretty much, checks all the boxes. Got a good view, got good space. It's off the road. Neighbors are far enough away. 6.2 acres. Got a pond and a pool. Pond would be good for you. It's got a little she shed. It's got some stuff, that needs to be cleaned up. It needs some TLC, some attention, which is perfect too. That is a box checked, because we actually want something where we can do some work and kind of make it our own, put our own touch on it. So the bedrooms, there's like, 2 or 3 weird bedrooms and a bath and a half. And I think we'll just wipe that out and create a master bedroom, bath, and then a guest bedroom and bath. But it's good space, great place to set up the furniture, in a triple patio door that looks right at Katahdin here in Maine. So, so that's going to be cool. We'll talk about it. Our broker's talking to their broker. So there's a bunch of things to figure out. And there's some unknowns. I'm trying to determine the age of the leach field and all that, do some of that due diligence. There's some other questions on there, but at some point you got to figure, well, anything we find up here is probably going to need a little bit of work, and that's kind of good. So we can make it our own. So that's cool too. And the best part is it's about 10 or 15 minutes from here. So we could buy it and not move in and do any of the work that we want to do while we stay here. So, which is good. So, I miss my stuff. particularly my couch where I sit and do my world domination in the early morning hours. And but I think we'd have a pretty good setup there. So, but we'd want to get things painted and change some things around. And the heavier side of the remodel thing would be the bedroom bathroom type stuff. So I just want to make that our own. So I would do a tile shower, but I've never, would you believe, in 20 years of contracting and doing stuff, I've never ever laid a piece of tile. Not that it would be, rocket science, but I don't know that I want to practice on my own custom tile shower. So we'll probably go with something simple to start. So anyway, Bill says 22 this morning, supposed to be 99 on Friday. Wow, that's a stretch. That's a gap. Holy cow. Yeah, constant motion to Natchez. Levi, make sure you pay attention to your mom. Be listening to those knowledge nuggets she's going to be dropping for 13 hours straight. Yeah, couch is a hard thing to miss. Yeah, right, exactly. You got your spot, George Ross, good to see you. Yeah. All right, cool. Want to come up here and do some tile? Sounds like a plan. I don't know a good contractor that could fix some stuff up. I told Wendy the other day, I said, we've known each other a long time, but I never really have, quote, done any work, and so I'm excited to, do stuff with her and it's, I know things, I know how to put things together. So we'll have fun. It's funny, the broker for the place has been inside our camp in Island Falls doing a market analysis thing several years ago. And she said, whoever did this work, could make a really good living up here. So cool. We'll see. At least I'll know I can always eat, right? I'll make some money. So if we have to. So, but I don't see that happening. So anyway, well, good chatting with you guys. I appreciate you firing the questions at me. Ben, congratulations on the birth of your new son. And please refresh me on the name. I remember the middle name is David, but is the first name Kayden with a K, Kayden? Am I right? Let you pop that in there. So guys, congratulate Ben and his wife on the birth of their second child. Our first live 365 baby. That's true, Ben. Yeah, for sure. You get through anything if you can get through a remodel together. Back in 2012, we remodeled my parents' house, and my dad wrote me a check and went to camp. Do whatever your mother wants. So we did. It went great. Shoot. Yeah. Need 2 more weeks. Need more money. Yeah. Hey, Ben, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, I was right. Kayden, Kayden David Bryant. Oh, good. Yeah. Love it. That Bryant name alive for another generation, of course. Yeah. Congratulations to you guys. Our best to your family. And Ben, if you don't show up quite at 8, we'll understand. Okay. Which is 7 for you, wherever it is that you live. So, all right, guys, enough of the corny dad jokes. I'm out of here. See you guys later. Have a great day. Nickname is #live365 babies. Waiting for the sponsorship to hit the bank. Yeah, just you might want to check. So the ACH stuff's a little slow first of the week. So yeah. All right. Good deal, guys. Have a great day. I love you all. Do something nice for somebody else. Dan says, no, he won't. 8 a.m. shop. He's not coming off the gas. Yep. Hey, if I can help you out in any way, let me know. I'm always happy to jump on a call. Keep it real, guys. It's a Monday. Let's get some momentum, right? Let's get moving. Let's take some action. Pick one thing you're going to just dive into today. You'll feel a lot better after you do. I always do. And you're talking to the king of procrastination over here. So, yeah, have a great day, Tyler. You as well. Thank you, buddy. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.